Millions of years ago, before humans existed, dinosaurs ruled the earth. They reigned for millions of years until approximately 65 million years ago, when a massive asteroid struck our planet, completely wiping out the dinosaurs. This film's story is based on this event. The story begins by telling us about an infinite universe where there exists another planet called Somras, similar to Earth. The people of Somras were highly advanced technologically, even 65 million years ago, and could travel to other planets. We meet the main character Miles, who lives with his wife and daughter. Miles has taken his family to the beach, but his happiness is shadowed by his daughter's life-threatening illness. Without enough money for her treatment, Miles decides to join a space mission as he's a trained pilot. The 2-year mission would pay enough to save his daughter's life. Before leaving, his daughter tells him, "Dad, I'll wait for you to return. I know you'll complete your mission successfully." Miles then embarks on his journey. 2 years later, Miles's spacecraft is approaching its destination when it's suddenly hit by small asteroid debris. The impacts are so violent that Miles wakes up from his sleep chamber while the rest of the crew remains in deep sleep as the ship operates on autopilot. With the spacecraft badly damaged, Miles decides to land on a nearby planet. As he enters the planet's orbit, the high speed prevents him from seeing clearly, and the spacecraft crashes into a large rock formation. The impact severely damages all the sleep chambers inside. When Miles checks if anyone survived, he finds all chambers destroyed and everyone dead. The only comfort is that this planet seems habitable with water, vegetation, and breathable oxygen. What Miles doesn't realize is that this planet is actually Earth from 65 million years ago, when humans didn't exist and only massive monsters ruled the land. He reports his situation to base and remembers there were 2 small emergency spacecraft on board, though he doesn't know where they landed. Since these smaller ships were sturdy, he decides to find them and return to his home planet. With nothing to eat or drink, and in desperate circumstances, Miles nearly considers ending his life, but stops when he remembers his daughter. While looking at her photos, he detects a signal coming from one of the sleep chambers. Inside, he finds a young girl about his daughter's age. He takes her with him, and when she regains consciousness, he tries to communicate with her. However, she speaks a different language, and Miles can't understand her. From her diary, he learns her name is Koa. The next morning, Miles explores the planet while searching for his spacecraft. He finds numerous volcanoes that are frequently erupting. Using his high-tech GPS, he discovers that his small spacecraft crashed 15 kilometers away on a mountain. As he looks ahead, a baby dinosaur attacks him, but Miles kills it with his electric gun and returns to Koa. He tells her they need to cross a bridge to reach the spacecraft and escape. Koa insists she won't leave without her parents, who were in the sleep chambers. Knowing they're dead but unable to tell her, Miles lies that her parents are also at the mountain. Koa agrees to go with him, and they set off fully prepared. Their journey is far more dangerous than anticipated, with both land and flying dinosaurs posing constant threats. As they make their way through a meadow into a forest, they're spotted by terrifying dinosaurs. Miles defends them with his electric gun, and they manage to escape. They reach a river where they rest briefly. Miles climbs a tree to check his GPS, but the branch breaks and he falls, dislocating his arm. The noise attracts dangerous dinosaurs. Miles uses bombs to defend himself while Koa hides behind a tree branch. Unfortunately, she finds herself in a flying creature's territory. When a flying dinosaur spots her and grabs her clothes, Miles shoots it and rescues her. Seeing how frightened she is, Miles carries her on his back toward the mountain, seeing something of his own daughter in Koa. As night falls, they decide to take shelter in a cave. Miles checks his GPS again and makes a horrifying discovery. The asteroid fragments that hit his spacecraft in space are now heading toward Earth. He realizes they will destroy all dinosaurs and everything else on the planet, turning everything to ash. He explains this to Koa. In the morning, as they prepare to leave, a large dinosaur attacks them, forcing them back into the cave. They find a tunnel with an opening too small for Miles but large enough for Koa. Miles uses a bomb to widen the hole, allowing Koa to escape, but he remains trapped. Another dinosaur attacks him, but he manages to shoot it with his electric gun and escapes through the tunnel. Outside, he can't find Koa anywhere. Looking up, he sees fragments of rocks falling from the sky toward Earth, confirming they need to leave the planet quickly or perish. As Miles rushes toward the spacecraft, he accidentally falls into quicksand. He struggles desperately to free himself, but keeps sinking deeper. He calls out for Koa, but with hope fading, he fears the the worst. Just before he's completely submerged, Koa appears and helps him by extending a tree branch. Grabbing it, Miles pulls himself out. Once safe, he hugs Koa tightly, grateful she saved his life. He explains that the planet will soon be destroyed and they must leave immediately. They travel day and night, reaching the spacecraft before the next nightfall. Fortunately, the ship is undamaged and operational. As Miles starts the spacecraft, Koa exits to look for her parents, whom Miles had claimed would be waiting on the mountain. She quickly realizes Miles lied to her. All the sleep chambers were destroyed in the crash, including the ones with her parents. Miles tries to calm the angry child and finally tells her the truth. Her parents died in the crash. He apologizes for lying, explaining he did it to save both their lives. He urges her to board quickly as the planet faces imminent destruction. While Koa cries, Miles shows her his daughter's photo and explains he joined the mission to earn money for her medical treatment. If he doesn't return in time, his daughter will die. Miles has come to see Koa as a daughter too and desperately wants to save her life. Emotionally moved, Koa hugs Miles and stops crying. They board the spacecraft, but before they can take off, asteroid fragments begin striking the area. Two massive dinosaurs spot them and attack the spacecraft, trying to prevent their escape. Miles knows they'll both die if they stay, so he exits the ship to distract the dinosaurs, giving Koa a chance to escape. When one dinosaur approaches, Miles kills it with his electric gun. However, a second dinosaur charges toward him. Miles fears the worst as his gun's battery is too low to recharge. With the dinosaur closing in, Koa cleverly plays a video projection from inside the spacecraft, momentarily distracting the dinosaur and giving Miles a chance to flee. When the dinosaur realizes the projection isn't real, it resumes chasing Miles. The planet is now beginning to collapse with volcanoes erupting and asteroid fragments raining down. Miles, running out of options, heads toward an erupting volcano. When it blasts, the dinosaur is caught in the eruption, but its thick skin protects it from serious harm. Though injured, the dinosaur becomes more enraged and continues pursuing Miles. With nowhere left to retreat, Miles faces what seems to be certain death. Suddenly, Koa appears and stabs the dinosaur in the eye with a wooden stick. Blinded, the dinosaur stumbles near a massive volcano just as it erupts. The acid and lava engulf the creature, killing it. With Miles now safe, they quickly board the spacecraft. As Miles enters the coordinates for his home planet, they manage to escape despite some smaller rocks hitting their ship. Meanwhile, a massive asteroid strikes Earth, destroying everything on the planet and ending the dinosaur era. The film concludes here, showing how the dinosaurs' reign on Earth came to an end 65 million years ago.